Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm bringing you 5 delicious meal options. Not all of them are low carb, but there is a low carb option along with each one. I do eat low carb, my family does not. So I do make regular meals almost every night, and then I just kind of adapt the plate to what I'm eating. Anyway, I'm so glad that you guys are here. Please consider liking and subscribing. And here you go. Here's some delicious food. All right, so I've got a hot skillet here. I went twice around the pan with olive oil and then put 2 tablespoons of butter. So all that is nice and melted together. And then all I'm gonna do is put these chicken tenderloins all over and cook them on both sides. And tonight we are going to have what my mom calls chicken and rice. However, we're gonna do it with cauliflower rice and add a little broccoli to it as well. This is one of my absolute favorite meals. However, my husband doesn't like rice, so I never make it. So he does like cauliflowered rice. He doesn't seem to mind it when I cook using that. So I'm hoping that he does like this and that we can start incorporating this into our meal plan a little more regular. Because as a child, my mom used to make this all the time, and it was just honestly one of my absolute favorite meals. Definitely comfort food, but we're going to make it a little bit healthier this evening. I think I can squeeze one more on there. Maybe 2. Oh yeah, there we go. And that's the end of the batch. I'm just going to season these up before I flip them with a little bit of black pepper. Some garlic salt, and then some of this roasted garlic and herb seasoning. And then I'm going to flip them. Alright, so for dinner tonight, I was gonna make meatloaf stuffed bell peppers. My husband's not a huge fan of like whole bell peppers, even when they're cooked. So I'm gonna make a couple of different things. I'm gonna make meatloaf stuffed bell peppers for me, and then I have some leftover buffalo chicken dip that I'm gonna stuff another one with, just to use the leftovers. Right. And then I'm gonna make my husband some little, that's okay, some little mini meatloaf like cups in a muffin tin. So I'm just gonna put my meatloaf mixture together here. I've got 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I'm gonna add an egg, some sugar-free ketchup, some Worcestershire, steak seasoning, garlic salt, and garlic powder, and then I'm gonna mix it all up. Oh, in case you guys are wondering, my dog cut the heck out of me today, so I'm just like cut up on my hands. He is a puppy, and I went out to feed him and play with him a little bit, and he jumped on me, and ooh, that was a lot of salt. And he kind of like wrapped his legs around me because he was excited, and cut my arm and my hand pretty bad. Little turkey. Okay, I'm just gonna mix that up with my hands. Break that egg a little bit. The best way to do it is with your hands. I know it's gross. I took my rings off for this, but you can just really get in there. I'm also gonna add half of an onion just to add some veggies into this. I've already got it chopped up, and it looks like a whole onion. This is only half. If I had a tomato, I would add it. If I had some spinach, I would add that. If I don't, just work with what you have. We love onion, so this is gonna be really oniony. And I'm mostly concerned with my husband for dinner. I always am. I try to feed my family before myself. He would disagree with that. He wouldn't want me to do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to fill as many of the little muffin tins as I can. I want to at least do like 5 or 6 so that he has a big meal. So I'm gonna do those first before I stuff my bell peppers with meatloaf. Okay, so there's 6. I'm gonna fill 2 of these bell peppers, and then if there's any left, I'll fill some more of these for him. So I got those 2 filled. I've still got some left, so I'm gonna fill at least 1 more cup for him. And then I'm also going to add a little just ketchup to the top of these. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar-free barbecue sauce to the top of my husband's, and I guess mine too. And the last thing I'm gonna do, I have some leftover dip from the Super Bowl the other day, so I'm going to just, y'all know how I am about leftovers. I'm gonna stuff one of these peppers with the leftover buffalo chicken dip. Okay, so my bell peppers actually ended up fitting in here, the bottoms of them, so I'm gonna just cook them like this. And I don't know how long these need to cook for. I've got my oven preset to 350. I'm gonna start with 30 minutes and see where they are after that, and I will let you guys know. Okay, these just came out of the oven. I cooked them right at 30 minutes, and they look really good. I cut this one open just to make sure it was cooked all the way through, but they look really good. I can't wait to taste them. And for our side tonight, I just steamed some broccoli in the microwave, added some butter and some cheese and garlic salt. We're gonna stir that up and serve it with our dinner. All right, we did an easy sheet pan meal for dinner tonight. It was just chicken leg quarters, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. I drizzled a little olive oil on top and then seasoned them. And I baked this in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes, and then I stuck them under the broiler for 3 minutes, and they turned out really good. For dinner tonight, we did another very easy but very tasty meal. So all I have is a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of butter in this cast iron that desperately needs to be reseasoned. I'll get around to that one of these days. I just let that melt and combine. Then I added some fresh green beans and about 1/4 of an onion. And I let that cook down until the green beans had soaked up all that water. I added some cherry tomatoes and 2 links of sausage that I cut into small pieces. Added a little bit more water, probably 1/2 cup or so. And then I covered it for about 20 minutes and just let that cook until the tomatoes were bursting. All right, I've got some bone-in pork chops here, and all I'm gonna do is drizzle them in olive oil, put a little bit of the Montreal steak seasoning on them that we love to use, and some Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna flip them and do the same thing to the other side. And my parents are in town, so I am going to pan fry these. I'm gonna flour everyone's but mine. I'm just gonna do mine without the flour and just have seasonings on it. And then I'm also gonna make some cheesy, buttery broccoli to go with it as a side. Oh, and I'm gonna make homemade brown gravy after I pan sear all of these. meatballs tonight. It is Monday, and if you guys have been following me for a second, then you know that we do meatballs every Monday. Tonight I'm actually trying a new recipe, and it is enchilada meatballs, and we're having company, so I'm making a ton of them. So I have 3 pounds of ground beef here that I am just going to put in this bowl. Oh, my girls are crying. Of course, if you've also been following me for a minute, you know my kids are typically loud in the background. So to this, let me just tell you, and then I'll fast forward so you don't have to listen to my kids crying. To this, I'm going to add an egg, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of Worcestershire, and then I'm just going to season it to taste, and then I'm going to roll all of these out and put them on my baking pan. I'm going to pop them in the freezer for a couple of minutes, and then I will bake them in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 45 minutes, or just until they're done. And then I'm going to add enchilada sauce, red enchilada sauce, to them, mix them up, top them with cheese, and then I'll probably add some sour cream on top of those. And then we're going to serve them with some Italian style green beans. Okay, I also decided I'm gonna add a little bit of taco seasoning, just a packet of it, because they are like Mexican flavored. So I haven't looked at a recipe for this. My husband said he saw one and he just kind of talked to me about it. I should probably look at it, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna add this taco seasoning mix and try to kick up the flavor in these meatballs a little bit. These are out of the freezer. I had them in for maybe 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop them into a preheated 350-degree oven for, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes. I did want to apologize to you guys. Somehow the footage from these enchilada meatballs got deleted. So all I did after I baked these was put them back in the cast iron skillet. I added a can of mild enchilada sauce and then just topped them with some cheddar cheese and popped them in my oven at 350 for about 15 minutes, just until everything was melted and bubbly, and it was really, really delicious.